The Force Unleashed onslaught is about to begin, and Target stores have an onslaught of their own planned for this weekend. It's Monday, October 11th. Happy Thanksgiving, Canada. Happy Columbus Day, America. And you'll hear about those stories and more this week in Star Wars. This Week in Star Wars is your source for new and noteworthy developments from the galaxy far, far away. I'm your host, Matt Fox. And now this week's lead story. Star Wars The Force Unleashed 2, sequel to the most popular Star Wars video game ever, will be hitting stores October 26th on numerous platforms. Those too anxious to wait till the end of the month will be available to download at demo level as of October 12th for both the Xbox and Sony PlayStation 3. This downloadable content will be a demo of the introductory level set on Kamino, the cloning facility planet where, we are to assume, the alleged clone of Starkiller, the hero from Star Wars The Force Unleashed Part 1, was created. If that storyline sounds a bit confusing, you can check out the new game launch trailer, released by LucasArts earlier this week and available on numerous video game websites. This nearly 3-minute trailer explains a bit about the background and the conflict going on with the Starkiller character as he tries to determine whether or not he is actually the character from the first game or merely a clone thereof. As mentioned, Star Wars The Force Unleashed 2 will be available on October 26th and is going to be available on Xbox 360, PlayStation 3, Nintendo Wii, Nintendo DS, as well as the PC. Collecting news this week. Target seems to be the place on the upcoming weekend as they are set for an October 17th reset, which will feature a number of Target-exclusive Hasbro Star Wars items. These will include the Clone Wars 2-packs, the Wave 2 of the Genesis Arena 2-packs, the Vintage Star Wars Collector Packs, as well as the Hoth Battle Packs and vintage-themed vehicle reissues, specifically the Snowspeeder and the small-winged TIE Fighter, which, for some inexplicable reason, is not the white version. There are many confirmed reports of these items being put out early or being made available for those who request them from the warehouse. This Week in Star Wars was able, with minimal effort, to get the vintage packaged vehicles, the Hoth-themed battle packs, as well as the Geonosis Arena sets. Different stores are getting different amounts of product, so, as always, your mileage may vary. While you're haunting those Targets in anticipation of the possible early release of those items, you can take advantage of a $5 figure sale for both Clone Wars and Saga Legends figures. Pick those Clone Wars figures carefully as Star Wars Clone Cash is making a reappearance.
Great cash, homie.
Unlike previous iterations of this promotion, these coupons seem to be limited to $5 off certain lines of products, or if you spend a certain amount of money. You'll need to save that money because you're going to be spending more money on your Star Wars t-shirts. At least we can expect you to, because they're now available at Bloomingdale's. StarWars.com previewed a number of Star Wars t-shirts available at the upscale department store, all featuring kitschy retro designs which appear to be the style of the times. No word yet on the sizes that will be available, but the official site also promises the availability of neckties, polo shirts, socks, scarves, tote bags, and of course pocket squares. 12 specially selected Bloomingdale's locations across the country will be hosting a special event on Wednesday, October the 13th from 6 to 8 p.m. local time and will feature special Star Wars-themed activities, foods, and the ever-popular character appearances. A portion of the proceeds from sales made during these events will go to the Child Mind Institute, and details and locations are available on the StarWars.com website. Just search for Bloomingdale's and I'm sure it will come up. Those of you who would rather make your own t-shirts need to get to StarWarsShop.com. The official online retailer has made available 4 Star Wars-themed t-shirt iron-ons designed by my favorite Star Wars artist, Katie Cook. Customers placing orders in excess of $25 get to choose the character of their choice as a gift. Details, of course, are available on the StarWarsShop.com website. Gentle Giant collectors take note. The Bust and Maquette Maker has made available a list of estimated release dates for the remainder of their product in 2010, allowing their customers to know in advance how their savings is going to melt away. Later this week, on October 15th, we can expect to see the release of the Commander Gree maquette, as well as the mini-bust of Lando Calrissian and Slave Leia from Return of the Jedi. Fans of the metal bikini will be taken for a second dip on November 1st, when the Slave Leia maquette is available. The Death Trooper mini-busts, both versions, will be available just in time to be too late for Halloween on November the 7th, while the 2-1B mini-bust, which was expected to be a Celebration 5 exclusive, will instead be a Thanksgiving exclusive when it bows on November 21st. That's American Thanksgiving, not Canadian Thanksgiving, which was today. The year wraps up with a blizzard of releases, including the Commander Faye and Commander Fox mini-busts, the Airborne Commander mini-bust, which is a Star Wars Shop exclusive that has not yet gone on sale. The Snow Bunny Padme Amidala mini-bust will be available, no doubt sometime around December 28th, and both versions of the Farm Boy Luke mini-bust will round out the year's releases. This information, as well as a Q&A section where you can ask for clarification about these release dates, is available on the Gentle Giant Limited website. Video news this week. At the New York City Comic Convention last week, the Robot Chicken creators spoke about the upcoming third installment of their Star Wars parody series. This installment, according to the creators and related by a report on io9.com, this episode will follow more of a story narrative form than the more hodgepodge nature of the earlier episodes. More importantly, this episode is scheduled to clock in at an hour, twice the length of the previous episodes. Look for this episode of Robot Chicken to air on the Cartoon Network's Adult Swim on December the 12th. No word yet on a video release date. However, there is a video release date for the upcoming third installment of the Family Guy Star Wars parody, It's a Trap, a parody of Star Wars Episode 6, Return of the Jedi. No word on when Fox will be airing this episode, but Amazon.com have the DVD and Blu-ray available for pre-order with a just-in-time for the holidays release date of December 21st. If you do pre-order from Amazon, and I do hope you use the affiliate link on the homepage of thisweekinstarwars.com, you can also order The Making of The Empire Strikes Back, the long-awaited behind-the-scenes story by J.W. Rensler, and sequel to Making of Star Wars, published on the 20th anniversary of that film. This long-awaited volume will be available this Tuesday, October 12th, and retailers across the country, and from Amazon.com, of course. The other bit of publishing news this week is the release of Dark Horse's Knight Errant number 1, a preview of which was available at Star Wars Celebration 5. So it's been another week, and the fallout from the 3D announcement is still falling out. As last week, I'm still amazed that it seems that the vast majority of the comments, or at least the people who will care enough to make comments, are very upset about the impending changes or revisions or whatever you want to call it to these movies that we all obviously care a great deal about. Now, I'll never understand these bitter enders who say they're going to boycott these movies and never going to see them. Of course you're going to go see them if you care that much about Star Wars, to post in forums about how angry you are about this. And then there's those in the popular press who simply say it's another opportunity for Lucas to take money from us. Well, maybe it is, maybe it isn't. I'm never going to begrudge someone from trying to make money. The one thing that I keep telling myself and getting excited about is that we know that the folks at Lucasfilm are reluctant to take on any technical challenge unless they know they can ace it. That's why we had to wait so long for the prequels, remember? Well, every one of the films has a great scene or two that shout out to be seen in 3D. And if they nail it, it could be awesome. And that was This Week in Star Wars. Join us again next week for more news, notes, and developments from the galaxy far, far away. Visit www.thisweekinstarwars.com or www.twisw.com, where you can get past episodes, links to some of the stories we discussed here, and information on how to contact the show. We welcome your questions, comments, suggestions, and news items at host@thisweekinstarwars.com or on our Facebook page. This Week in Star Wars. We troll the web so you don't have to.
This Week in Star Wars is not affiliated with Lucasfilm, its subsidiaries, or any other entity mentioned in this podcast. Star Wars, its characters, and creations are the property of Lucasfilm. All other trademarks are property of their respective trademark owners. This Week in Star Wars is intended for informational and entertainment purposes only. This podcast is copyright 2010 This Week in Star Wars. Invaluable technical assistance provided by WebStorm Interactive. News, comments, and questions can be directed to host@thisweekinstarwars.com. More information, links to stories presented, past episodes, and additional contact information are available at www.thisweekinstarwars.com.
And if I see Van Helsing, I swear to the Lord I will slay him. He'd take you from me, but I swear I won't let it be so. Blood will run down his face when he is decapitated. His head on my mantle is how I will let this world know how much I love you.